This is a Homage beat.
He was the only one in his family to exceed the expectations. Junior university in a critical time where mistakes had implications. Shackled to his notes and pen, solely focused on his education. Open-minded, corrupted and able to refuse his temptation. Seduced by his social environment, his drinking became a distraction. Influenced by the innocence and the voice of his main attraction. And he's become lost in the moment, losing all rational thought. Three of his closest friends sitting behind him screaming, this is what we live for. Intoxicated on alcohol and illegal narcotics, all desiring his mind is feeling. Swallowing bottle after bottle behind the wheel, his vision became misleading. As headlights blind him, he's uncontrollably driving towards his final resting place. A torture-less memory, fear engraved on his pregnant girlfriend's face. A mangled shell housing 5 lifeless bodies got short from existence. Never arriving to their college celebration or for a thoughtless decision. And the alcohol still in his system, leaking from the blood from his punctured lung. Tear falling from his eyes, the realization of his loss, the same outcome.
Unaware of what is planned for us, two angels collide. Guardians of our loved ones left in loneliness, our breathing subsides. Fear and the pain all mask, but won't forget the tears we've cried. I guess our lives are out of control, our fate's on us to decide. Unaware of what is planned for us, two angels collide. Guardians of our loved ones left in loneliness when our breathing subsides. Fear and pain all mask, but won't forget the tears that we've cried. I guess our lives are out of our control, our fate isn't ours to decide. The same outcome.
It's the same old story, he's heading for that liquor as soon as he finishes slavery. 12 hours a day wearing down that flesh for his promotion, waiting patiently. Trying to support his family financially, leaves him empty, just staring vacantly. His eyes show no love, and unfortunately his wife no longer acts faithfully. Engaged in subliminal relationship with a daughter's school teacher. While he sits oblivious to the reality, he knows he's choosing to believe her. Putting his finger around the tip of his whiskey glass, asking for another. That's his sick already, still wanting one more before he picks up his lover. And tonight he can barely function as she smiles at phone, asking who she's messaging. Her guilt brings an uncomfortable feeling, screaming more loyalty or questioning. Aggression and pain reflecting the rearview mirror. The daughter just bears witness, hysterically in tears, sat petrified, her father's voice so vicious. Alcohol stains his breath, this argument has his eyes divert, drifting to the other lane. Seeing the other vehicle crush the roof, and the daughter that will never cry again. As he drags himself out the wreckage, notices the lives that ended before they'd begun. Internally tearing himself apart, knowing the child shared the same outcome.
Unaware of what is planned for us, two angels collide. Guardians of our loved ones left in loneliness, our breathing subsides. Fear and the pain all mask, but won't forget the tears we've cried. I guess our lives are out of control, our fate's on us to decide. Unaware of what is planned for us, two angels collide. Guardians of our loved ones left in loneliness when our breathing subsides. Fear and pain all mask, but won't forget the tears that we've cried. I guess our lives are out of our control, our fate isn't ours to decide. The same outcome.
I guess I shot him dug too deep to his heart and awoke him from his coma. Refusing to open his eyes, cause don't believe his nightmare isn't over. Seeing only the loneliness that is left him, breathing and relying on the respirator. Tears flood his eyes as he relives that moment, reading local newspaper. Describing accident, naming all the innocent taken by a drunk driver. Vivid images of terrified daughter will haunt his evenings, the only survivor. Spending the remainder of his time before his trial hospitalized. With no visitation, craving the alcohol pain relief to allow him feel paralyzed. Restraints digging into his wrist, feeling the look so piercing. The judge sentenced him to 5 years imprisonment at the end of his hearing. Spending the next few years incarcerated with his own self-hatred. Heading for the liquor store as soon as he's released, he just wants to feel faded. Separated from the memories, yet finds himself in the driver's seat intoxicated. Everything that surrounds him becomes familiar, left devastated. Torn away from his family, internally decay, remembering what he's done before colliding with the bridge railing. I guess he finally shared the same outcome.
Unaware of what is planned for us, two angels collide. Guardians of our loved ones left in loneliness, our breathing subsides. Fear and the pain all mask, but won't forget the tears we've cried. I guess our lives are out of control, our fate's on us to decide. Unaware of what is planned for us, two angels collide. Guardians of our loved ones left in loneliness when our breathing subsides. Fear and pain all mask, but won't forget the tears that we've cried. I guess our lives are out of our control, our fate isn't ours to decide. The same outcome.